by Star Esports. It's a double elimination tournament dedicated to the Overwatch Tier 3 community. Today we have Shattered Dreams and Astray in the lower bracket round 4 match. Today I am joined by Bite Me, and my name is Tony. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Can't complain. I am kind of confused about this match for a number of reasons, though. With Astray having a number of subs, or ringers in this case, it would be interesting to see how the rest of the team can kind of pick up the slack, or increase the synergy in order to overcome such a tough competition that is Shattered Dreams. So that's my thoughts on this match. What are you thinking?
Right now, looking at it, well, I do think that ringers a lot of time sound pretty bad. My experience in playing with a competitive team for 2 years showed me that ringers can either really make it or destroy it. So I think it's up to the dice, really. I feel a ringer could really help or really detriment, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, for sure. So I would not be surprised to see either team take it today, given that Astray has, in the past been one of the top Tier 3 teams, taking on Tier 2 teams multiple times and competing, if not winning a couple of them. So to find them in the lower bracket is surprising. But with that being said, as we go through this match today, guys, I did want to make it known to check the MVP poll below. So if you think that we're right, then you can vote for what we think. But if you want to show us who you think is really MVP, feel free to exercise your right. And so going into this match, we're going to start off on Oasis.
Just going off of this, with the name Oasis, what would you do if it looks pretty good. Like the place, like the hotel place looks pretty good. What would you do if you were in Oasis?
Are we talking about in the game, or are you talking about?
Well, not like, let's say Oasis was like a real place.
I would vacation there. I don't. It reminds me of Mexico, which I vacation there often. So that's what I would do, I suppose. But what about you?
I don't know. That jump pad looks pretty fun. They have to have a few more of those. I think I'd hang out near that jump pad a lot more than I would like to say.
I'd probably hurt myself. I'd stay away from that thing. You gotta give me Pharaoh's rocket boosters, otherwise I'm not going near it.
Yeah. So going back to the match here, what do you think we're gonna see out of Oasis?
Well, a lot of it depends. The thing with these control maps, like each of the 3 iterations are so very different. So sometimes you'll see the Pharaoh come out. Sometimes you'll see Dive. Dive is become a little bit more prevalent, especially with the Mei coming into viability. Dive can be very good against Mei because her slows don't inhibit them as much. They can get away from them. So if we see the one with the jump pad that we were talking about, I would like to see. I would not be surprised to see one team play Dive, and the other play the Mei, or maybe we see both play Dive.
As a dirty Mei main myself, I have to say I hope to see some Mei today. At least one game.
I would not be surprised if we see her in all three, or more, depending on how long this competition goes. So, love her or hate her, she's here to stay for the meantime, unless we see some changes, or whether it be to her specifically or to the meta in general. So, she's just oppressive in every way. Like, it's so hard. I feel so bad for tanks nowadays. It's so hard to be a tank against a Mei. She just punishes you for what can sometimes be the most minuscule of positional errors.
Mm-hmm. Now going back to what you said earlier, the few ringers, seems like we do have I think around half the team is getting switched out.
Yes, and even like when you look at it, Osias, Scylla, and Music Box are all 3 ringers. However, Shadow Jr. is a newer addition. I haven't seen him a whole lot. Maybe a few months in, so not like, I wouldn't say a new player, but he's definitely not like some of these rosters have been together for months and months, so they definitely would have the advantage in that respect. So we do have one of the DPS and then both of the supports are going to be ringers / subs. So at least the tank line is firm, which is against, like I said, a Mei earlier, is so important. So if you do have a ringer tank and you guys are not on the same page, you're going to find out real quick that you're not on the same page, because Mei's going to punish you.
Yeah. Going off of that, what do you think? What do you think is the worst? Support DPS or tank is the worst to have someone subbed out from the original team.
I'll first off say, well, it's probably the tank, just because, like I said, May will crush you, the main tank. Because if you're playing like a diva, it's not gonna be that big a deal, and if you're playing as Zarya, you can just bubble yourself. So I would say it had to be main tank. So in that respect, Astray, I think, in my opinion, they're not that bad off. I mean, you would think McCree or some sort of DPS, but May is pretty easy to play overall. Like, she can make big plays, but she's very forgiving with her ice block and just getaway potential. And McCree, as long as you have somebody that can shoot well, he just has to listen. So
gotta love that survivability that May has. It's honestly probably one of the best. But anyway, enough with the banter. Are you ready to go into the first round?
I'm super ready. Yeah, I'm interested to see what like. There's so many different like aspects of this game that you wouldn't see in other ones that are going to be coming together. From some of the top people, you have people come in that are ringers, and then you got the people that have experienced playing against and competing against tier 2 teams. So it'll be very interesting to see how they stack up here. But with Shadow Dreams particularly, I do know this team is a roster team that has come together fairly recently, culminating in this team, which is a bunch of different people from various teams coming together, and they're some of the best that I've seen. I personally played with Ginja and Vanguard. I know they're very, very strong players, and Vanguard in particular is a commanding presence. He used to play back before Roll Q. He would play our soldier as well as Diva, so he can play. He has the hit scan ability as well. And at the same time, I played against 60, Dash, and Alexio. All three of them are very solid, so Astray has their work cut out for him.
Yeah. Bring up Roll Q. That hasn't been out for God, it feels like it's been out forever, but it hasn't been out for more than 3 seasons, has it?
I don't know. When it comes to seasons, they all kind of run together now, because they were like, what?
Oh,
20,
yeah.
21. I lost track. I'd say it's been about 7 or 8 months, and so it's been. I think Overwatch is like far better now than it has been for Roll Q. Roll Q has been great.
Have you heard the rumors that they're going to add hero banning in?
I thought it was going to be hero pools. Was it actual banning?
That's what I've heard. I've heard that there's going to be they're going to start banning some heroes.
I'm happy with that. I would like to see it. You would see different games. It would be this tournament itself. Back when it was the Watchers had bans in it. It was pretty interesting. But as it stands, we'll see what happens with that. So we're on Oasis. We haven't gotten our picks yet. What do you think? What do you think is going to be the comp of choice, given the close quarters battle here that can happen on this map?
Well, as a play-by-play, as much as I hate it, I do have a tiny brain. So I would say maybe a Torbjorn, a Bastion, Symmetra. Nah, I'm expecting a May, and if not a May, Far Mercy, and then maybe a Reinhardt. I've seen Winston run a few times.
Yes. I saw him last match too, so he's definitely very viable.
I'm just expecting a cookie cutter at this point.
Yeah, especially when you're coming out, it's good to stick to the meta sometimes, just to try and fill out, because if you don't have to change from meta, then you automatically gain an advantage, and so if it's not broke, don't fix it. So it is strong for a reason. As it looks, we are going to see a Pharah on the side of Shadow Dream, so this is going to be really interesting off the bat with the Tracer. Very interesting combo.
Yeah, I was wondering where the Mercy was. I mean, with the first engages coming in, both divas are going to go high ground, although we are going to see a bigger high ground presence on the side of Astray, trying to come in and just dominate the high ground. In my opinion, that is the best choice. Both tanks are going to try forcing Astray to back off now. You do see Shattered Dreams come in for a very big aerial assault right now. You see the Far in the background just trying to deal as much damage. With music box down, that means Astray's going to have to push out, and that's going to be Shattered Dreams' first First fight.
Like you said, Astray had a very high ground presence, which mean that when Genji got up there, he was cleaving 4, 5, 6 people at one point. So he just massacred them. At that point, it's pretty much fight loss if you let the Winston get you for 3 or 4 seconds with that amount of damage.
And now with the second assault coming in, Music Box is back. Now switching off to Nomura. Gotta get those beams for the Dream. And that's how it's gonna go. A really nice aid coming in. Justice comes in, gets blocked by D.Va, but it doesn't matter because Crimson and Oasis are both gonna fall down, forcing her straight up back off one more time as Dash is able to get one more pickup.
That's about as fast of a barrage as you can get, and then couple that with the Nano from Alexio. It's great positioning up top. They already have a Nano coming in here. So this next fight with a Nano on the Winston should guarantee he has the ult, which pretty much solidified the fight win upcoming for Shadow Dream as well. So they're looking really strong early on.
Yeah, definitely. Already 50%. I'd be a little bit scared if I was Astray, but I've always seen that like people steal away their nerves as Astray tries to do that, going in for the high ground. But look at this, 60s in the middle, doing the perfect harassment, shoving out a few bombs, and continuing. G-Ninja, or Genji's able to come in and do some really big cleave, get Oasis out. Crimson isn't going to be able to get Vanguard out, but honestly, I don't really think Vanguard was too pertinent to this fight as the pressure keeps on coming. Shatter Dreams does not want to ruin their own dreams. They only want to shatter others. As Train Cloud gets demeched in the fight, so continues. This ball's gonna last a long time as the Justice comes in. Gets Lucio. Now Train Cloud's gonna get a pick off, and this is going to be Shatter Dreams' win fight. Yes, you may have the Blizzard, but the cold ain't hurt nobody in this town.
Yeah, the ults from Shadow Dreams are really piling up here, and Winston is getting so much value. There's no way that Astray can at this point pull it back. The Pharah from Shadow Dreams has already gotten 2 barrages, and he's just absolutely just free reigning upon Astray at this point.
As we come into overtime, the nuke does come out. Tactical nuke incoming, but it's not going to do anyone sorry, but that placement is in fact going to be permanent. Doomfist, they're just trying to scrabble for time right now, but look at the Hammond in the back. Trying. What is Hammond? Oh, poor Hammond. Wait, they don't notice Hammond anyways. Finally, Crimson's gonna get on the radar. As overtime continues to take down. Great stall. Waiting for us, a team to come there. Oasis or Osiris is now playing Widowmaker. It's gonna be a one fight already. This is really looking inside of Shadow Dreams, and this is gonna be the first round 1.
Yeah, with all these ults that Shadow Dreams accumulate, there's really no chance. The Pharah dash has been absolutely just uncontested for the most part. He's dead now. The only time he really died was when he just got too aggressive here at the end, and then when he barraged in the close and the corridor over on the left side. So Shadow Dreams is looking very dominant at this point. That Winston is just absolute nuisance and just doing whatever he wants. And then Alexio's in the back. He doesn't seem to be contested whatsoever, so he's just doing whatever he wants. So that's those. The Pharah and the Ana, I think there need to be 2 points of interest for Astray to try and contest them a little bit more.
Ooh, Shadow VR is toying with my feelings right now. Taking the Bastion, switching off to the Sim. Is he actually going to play the Sim? Was he going to play the Bastion? Oh, I really hope he plays one of those.
I did see them play Bastion last time. It didn't work out in their previous match, so maybe they got a different play in here. It's hard to say exactly what they have in mind, but
actually, okay, this is gonna be interesting. I'm down for this. We do see Astray come up with the high ground. That's definitely what you want to do with the Bastion. Gotta get that sweet high ground knowledge. Sadly, they don't have double shields, but I really don't think that matters. But this Bastion really just isn't looking too good right now as getting taken. Oh, actually gets a pick off onto Alexio. I read that wrong. As the fight continues on, Bastion finally gets to wake up from his nice little nap. Hope that snooze was nice and worth it, but Genji's gonna say, no, sorry. That's gonna be it for you, Shadow, as Shatter Dreams does a pretty good job doing the cleanup right now.
Yeah, so like I said, if you contest the Ana, that's going to be very good for you, and Shadow Dream does a good job, or sorry, Astray does a good job of that. However, the problem is that Astray's comp, or Shadow Dream's rather, comp is so good at brawling with the Mei and the McCree that you have to really... they're coming back, but there's no way that the Doomfist is going to get a whole lot of value unless you go into his domain. Once you get into the side here, the Doomfist can really make some plays. Astray kind of, they're all over the place here. They're scrambling to find any semblance of a presence here.
Yeah, really trying to get a foothold right now. We do see Shadow Jr. off on the side with the Doomfist get a pick off onto Dash, but right now it's not going to matter as the next ball now commences. We're going to see a Deadeye come in, but 16 is not going to get anyone as sadly sorry, but the shield is too good Music's Toxic Immortality field is too good. Well, it's not really that good, but it is pretty good. As the Nano Ryan comes in, swinging the hammer, hoping to get something out of this Love Life right now, but he's not getting anything. The Nuclear Bomb comes in, but nobody comes in for that as the brawl continues. But in all honesty, it's looking really good on the side of Shattered right now. Like you said, the brawl presence is so much better.
Yeah, well, they flumped to the Reaper, but unfortunately they're down. They've been down so many people. It's just they're not on the same page. We got some people. You got the BAP running in. You got the Lucio running backwards, and then the Reaper coming after everybody's dead. It's all over the place, and we got Dooms ulting and spawn. So it's hard to imagine what the proper play is going on here.
Do you think a switch off? You talk about the Doomfist. Do you think the switch off to the Doomfist was a good choice early on, or no?
Yeah, it's good. It's good for the quarters here, but they're battling out in the middle here, so they didn't really get a whole lot of value. And as we see, the May's just providing way too much value from the side of Shadow Dreams. He's just getting super ults here. They're just pushing him away with like extreme ease.
Honestly, that was probably the best CC I've seen in a while. As now Shadow Dreams are just trying to pull one in the face, going right up to like the far choke. I like to call him like first choke, second choke, third choke. Right up to the third choke right there. Really not letting Astray get any breathing room. Look at
the flank shatter.
Oh my god, the flank shatter. No, don't work. Oh, it worked, buddy. That was a nice flick of the wrist from the side of Crimson, but not good enough. And Dash is gonna pick up those 3 kills and the tanks, but get out of here as the first map is won by Shattered Dream.
So as far as I do think that Music Box Baptiste was getting a lot of value. I think Baptiste is really good on that point, able to jump over the walls and whatnot and heal on point while being outside the point, even with the wall being up. But Shadow Dreams just seem like they're a coordinated team. Astray is they're all over the place. There's really no semblance of a unified goal, and Shadow Dreams is just capitalizing on it. They can just push through whenever they feel is the prime opportunity for them.
Out of those two, so what do you think Astray needs to, change in order to have a better foothold for this next match?
It's just like, it seems like every play that Shadow Dreams is making, it's catching them off guard. Like, you need to be going into a fight with, on one hand, with no understanding your win condition, which when they're playing on the Bastion, I don't really know of one. Symmetra there is not too good as well. So when you're playing, that's why May is so good. You need to go in there with the win condition. So we're trying to wall off this Rhine, either get cooldowns and back off and do it again, or get a kill on him. And simultaneously, if Shadow Dreams is playing dive, or with a D.Va, say, hey, we need to keep in mind that D.Va is going to be wanting to go aggressive on our backline. So that just seems like that's missing. Like they're stuck in the moment.
Yeah, I've seen the problem coming a lot. I think the only way to really fix that is to back off and take a breath. Astray, they're down 1, but 1 is not the end of the world. 2 isn't even the end of the world. We've all seen reverse sweeps happen, so I'm looking for Astray to take a deep breath, all of them, and say, we might have not played our best for the first round, but let's pick it up for second round.
Yeah. So here's the thing though. Whenever you lose, the one benefit is that you do get to pick. So maybe they have something that they want. They want to one particular map that they feel more confident on, which would be good addressing the issue of not having a specific goal in mind. So you need to go in to a map that you know well with the goal that your win condition. So, and that's why Ana is so strong. So they were going BAP, which is good defensively, but you need some other tool to go offensive with the May, or a Doom obviously could work as well if you get those big punches. But the Ana will provide you that win condition of a big huge nade, which is the huge symbol to go. So
I think we're waiting for the next map to be chosen. They're going to be playing. They're going to be playing on Volskaya Industries. Is going to be the next map.
So with that in mind, of course, Shadow Dreams is going to pick defense. So this is a great opportunity for Astray to formulate a plan, because when you're on the attack, obviously you're the one that should be, in theory, making the first move. So hopefully they've got something that they can plan ahead of time. I definitely want to see Mei is such a strong choice here, unless you really want to go full dive. Otherwise, Mei just provides too much value to be ignored. So look. Hopefully, they can look for the isolation walls and get the opening picks that'll make it to where they pretty much guarantee first point.
Yeah, but I've definitely seen. You know, you don't know. There might. I think my favorite thing about Mei is using your wall to stop another Mei's wall. I've seen. I think this is a relatively cookie cutter opening on attack side on Volskaya. You pop a wall up in between this nice little truck and the forklift, and then you just have your team walk through, take high ground, and then rotate bottom. Maybe have someone rotate to the other side of the high ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of different things that you can do with her, and you can also help characters get up on the high ground that usually couldn't in that middle area, the hut, as well, which it could be a great defensive tool, especially whenever the enemy team has tanks that can't get up on the high ground. So with that in mind, though, it does look like Astray has they're going with a dive with this Bastion again, which didn't work out very well last time, so we'll see what they're going to do here.
What are they doing on this? Oh, they were just doing some scouting? Oh, are they going for a side teleport? Ooh.
Yeah, looks like they're going around. So this can be good if they get up on the, if you're looking from the defender's perspective, the top right corner, high ground. But Shadow Dreams has sniffed this out.
Yeah, they're already on it right now. They try to set up. I think this wall might have been actually pretty good for them because now they can set their Bastion, but Bastion is going to get frozen. The Mei's in the backline. You got to deal with the Mei before you can do anything else. 2 kills, 3 kills come out on the side of Shadow Dreams, and that's going to be the fight. The Mei wall is too good. It wasn't even the Mei wall, in fact. The Mei just got behind them, and they did not even notice.
Yeah, Astray had already lost a member before Sice was even set up on Bastion, so they definitely looked like they were taken off guard somehow. So Shadow Dreams, really good job figuring that out, and then at the same time, though, once you see him do it once, like, you should ideally be prepared. So yeah, I think the Lucio's over there to try to listen in or something, so they need to be ready just in case they try it again, but not gonna happen.
Yeah, once you get pounded that hard with one try, I don't think you're gonna try it anymore. Next isolation wall will be coming off from Dash here soon. One would hope, but it doesn't seem to be necessary. 60 doing a good job on the high ground right there. Mei in the back line, like always, is G Ninja's gonna get one more pick off of that. The fight sort of continues, but it's a split fight, right? You have this. The fight's already lost, basically.
Yeah, and another negative for Astray is that with them swapping comp and losing 2 fights in a row, Shadow Dreams is already on Shatter. They're gonna have Bomb. They're gonna have High Noon. They're gonna have Mei ult, and they're gonna have Nano coming up very soon at the next fight. So, assuming they don't blow all 5 ults in this fight, then they'll have Snowball effect coming in real soon.
Straight like, ooh, that's so good. That's like, if they can juggle that, I think that they're good for the end, for like the rest of the game.
Astray doing a very odd rotation here. They're already losing their D.Va, so hopefully they can just like stagger out and just wait for it to come back and reconvene.
Yeah, that's what I would do, but seems like Shadow Dreams has a different idea. They're like, okay, yeah, no, you're down, let's rush in. Let's trade some pieces right now, as the Lucio's gonna try and get a nice boop off onto the Mei. Mei does not fall down, but damn, was that close.
He needs to boost himself up right now. He should be able to get back up, if I'm not mistaken.
No, is this Mei gonna boost himself up? Up. Dash gets a pick off on the Shadow. Ninja gets a pick off on Cecilia, but you do need to keep in mind that Astray does have high ground in. High ground is always better.
Yeah, they only have 3 people high ground though, so it's gonna be very tough, and it's very unfortunate for Astray. They lose 2 people just as Strain Cloud makes his way back to point to assist his team. So Shadow Dreams looking very, very strong here for a full hold first point. Astray is not even gotten to their first ults for Reinhardt yet.
Yeah. They have Shadow Dreams hasn't even popped a single ult yet.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's a good point. It's been an easy ride for Shadow Dreams here on the defense so far.
They already only a minute left, people. Like, this is gonna get. Astray needs to pick something up right now if they want to pull this. They only have 2 ults. They have the Nano and they have Deadeye. I think if they can get the McCree on Deadeye, they're pretty sad. They're going for high ground right now, hoping to make some room for that McCree right now, waiting out the Shatter. The shield goes up. Deadeye comes out. They're looking for someone, but they're not going to get anyone. Oh, the Mei wall comes up in positioning, but ooh, sorry. No one's going to be there at all. You do have a nice blizzard, but the cold doesn't bother anyone here. Nuke comes out. 60 gets a triple kill on his Deadeye right there. Didn't even hear it coming from the massive fireworks that was there, and that's 10 seconds left. Both sides popped all their ults, which is a little bad for Shattered Dreams, but to be honest, the fight's almost over anyways. A full hold here would be really bad for Astray, and that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah, they played that really well. Astray did, getting up there, getting the McCree out and everything. The problem was that Shadow Dreams had the beat from their Lucio, and Astray did not. Partly because I think they had swapped healers, and then the fights just went so poorly for them that you don't get that chance to heal your tanks to just die, or any other characters, so to speak. So if they had done that and then done it again, I think they would have been in a great place to take first point. But as it stands, yeah, Shadow Dreams just doing everything they need to. Once it's the last fight, so they knew that they could blow every ult. And then when you go against a team that has 5-6 ults, you have to play perfectly, and even then, it's not guaranteed.
I think I was talking to a high-level player once, and he said, "Oh yeah, no. When the other team has 5 ults, or when they pop 5 ults, there's nothing you can do. Not even playing perfectly can win you anything like that."
Yeah. It's hard. It's like a 5% chance maybe. So you better off just going in assuming you're gonna lose, because then that's the problem. Because if you get that one pick even before they start popping their ults, and they only have 5 ults now, then the problem is that you'll lose the fight still and use ults. So it's better just to go with the understanding you're gonna lose the fight and not use anything. So yeah, agreed. That's the case.
So that mentality, was it good for should Shadow have popped? I don't remember who was playing.
Well, it was last fight, so yeah, you had to pop everything.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay.
But
should he have popped it that early?
His Deadeye? Or
yeah.
Sorry, no, he was playing. He wasn't playing McCree. Sias was playing the McCree.
Okay.
Yeah, do you want to come out? That's generally speaking, McCree is just to get space zone. So that's how you do it. If you get any kills, that's just bonus. So. Astray going with the double sniper, very viable. They just need to keep their distance, give their sniper some time, and they should have a very good chance of full holding as well.
Yeah, this seems a little hypocritical though, as I think one of the players who's playing Widowmaker right now was talking about how they hated Widowmaker a little bit earlier in the match, but it doesn't matter. All that matters is that Shattered Dream just needs 33%, just 1/3 of that point, and they win.
So if this monkey, you see Crimson's already at 50%, so if he can get his ult, then this is going to be a great start for Astray.
Yeah, Reinhardt almost already falling down right there. It's too bad. It's a little sad that Cloud got antied and pushed back. He could have. That would have been a nice pick for Shattered. The boop wasn't really needed right there, but as the fight rages on, honestly, in my opinion, there's no need for this lollygagging on high ground right now. Yeah, I think the longer that they lollygag on high ground right now, and they don't initiate the fight, because if Astray, I think they're running 2 snipers. Yeah, we mentioned the 2 snipers. They want space. I think Shattered Dreams is giving the space that Astray wants.
Yeah, and especially you give them time to get picks, and then also this monkey has already gotten his ult. Crimson is gonna just go wild whatever Shattered Dreams does make a move. So outside of burst on the monkey, they're gonna be in big trouble. But as I say that, Train Cow getting isolated.
Ooh, yeah, it's gonna be a nice right here. He's up in the front, trying to do something, but Deadeye's gonna come out from 60.
They'll take that trade every day if you're Shadow Dreams.
Yeah, honestly. So Shadow VR is going to take out 60 in this first little fight right here. The fight continues on Shattered Dreams, looking for something to do, getting on a high ground, trying to take out this Ana right now, but decided to focus their attention on the little monkey that's been nanoed right now. Someone gave that monkey a banana, and now he ain't happy no more. The fight continues on as Astray finally gets their foothold done right now. 2 minutes and not even a single %.
Wow. Really good job from Crimson and co. Just collapsing on the tanks of Genji and Vanguard that had pushed really far in, all the way into their Mega, and at that point, since the rest of Astray didn't go down, then they're gonna win that fight, and this is looking really good. I'm really surprised, even though you gotta take into account the fact that Shadow Dreams is coming in with the Mail, the Beat, Nano, and Shatter. So this is gonna be a huge fight for Shadow Dreams.
Yeah, this has to be not the one. Ooh, what did they do? What else? This is gonna be a nice fight.
Crimson needs to get Monkey ult.
Ooh, Oasis gets Alexio off on the first point. That's sorry, but you no longer have Nano. They're gonna boost into this first fight. They are gonna shatter Monkey, so they're hoping to get Monkey out pretty fast. But Monkey's not gonna fall down. Gonna eat his banana. Continue to go down for that fight, and that is 3 ults wasted. And this is gonna be a one fight for Astray.
Yeah, Sias making his case for MVP. Very nice pick. That was crucial. Made that fight for Astray, so to speak. So they really look like a completely different team on this double sniper.
Honestly, they were sort of getting pounded on the first round, but now they are doing the pounding in on the second round. Only 50 seconds left, but you do have to keep in mind Shattered Dreams does have 3 ults, while Astray only really has 2.
The problem is they're so split. I say Astray is so split that it's gonna be very hard for the male to get value.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Dash is gonna have a hard time, but maybe I think CC on the point and then just getting on point might be a good idea for them.
Shadow is a little segregated. Oh, he's gonna get back together. Crimson's gonna get nano here.
Yep, Crimson's gonna get nano. I think we are gonna see Blizzard come out if Crimson is able to get in that second little corridor. If anything, this is the point where Dash should be thinking about popping right now. In 2 picks off, now 3, but 60 is falling down, and now it's looking a little iffy right now. Without 60, you don't really have that respect that you're forcing the other team to give you. The brawl continues, 5 seconds left, and no one's on point. If anything, this is not looking too good for Shattered Dreams. As the clock ticks down, you are going to be seeing, Vanguard get on point, but ever so barely. Ana is going to fall down. We do see Dragons come out as the last bit of the team comes onto overtime. They're hoping to do something. The fight continues. It doesn't look like it's going to go too good. We do see Dooms come on, but overtime's ticking down, and that is going to be a draw.
Wow, very, very nice from Astray. They just cleaned up this Doomfist, and this should be for sure the close of this map. Yep, definitely. All right, so Astray showing some sign of life. This is really good to see. It looked like they were just gonna get stormed over, especially when I saw the Bastion that never really brings any good impressions of what their mental state is going into the game. But they played that near flawlessly. I will say Shadow Jr. definitely got a little too aggressive on the McCree, allowed Vanguard to get onto him with the nano, but overall very well played by Astray.
Very great comeback. I was getting really worried for Astray in the second match. I was like, okay, they just got full held. It's gonna look bad, but then they pulled up with the double snipers. Shattered Dreams really didn't play aggressive as I think they should have, and that worked really well for them.
Yeah, Shattered Dreams, the comp, I think once they saw the double sniper, like Mei is very hard to make work. I think you'd be better off doing like a Hanzo or something else. Maybe going double snipe yourself, depending on how comfortable your DPS are with it. But I think a Hanzo would be really good as a counter to that. Maybe no, you wouldn't go Pharah, but just something else. Maybe Tracer. I'm not sure, but you go back to the drawing board. You think about what your team can play. Mei is generally not going to get you the value that you're looking for. But as it stands, we're going into map 3. So Astray will be picking it, and then hopefully they can play something where they double snipers. That's the only thing I can think of for them at this point.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this next map. In all honesty, I'm hoping to not see Control Point. I think Control Point is one of my next to 2CP. I will admit 2CP is my least favorite map to really watch, just because like the amount of draws that come out. But I'd say Control is probably one of my next least favorite ones, just because it gets a little. I think it's too brawly for my flavor.
Yeah, and as we see, that works very well to Shadow Dreams' strengths, because when it comes to the brawl and teams are just going at it, and the fight kind of fizzles out to 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, whatever, then that's when they start to really shine. But when we see the 6v6 stand-up battles at range, Astray is on par, if not better than Shadow Dreams whenever they are able to set up on defense, so to speak.
Yeah, and that's honestly what Shattered Dreams is playing is a modified goat, so I'm not gonna even try to glitz past it.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's kind of the meta now. You want to get that Mei in medium range for the McCree. Try to isolate somebody. Let your Ryan and D.Va and McCree all blast somebody while the Mei's freezing them. So it works very well, especially when you're playing maps that warrant these corridors, close quarters, and things like that. So we are going to Lijiang, which has a mixture. So if you guys all know the inside one, I can't remember the name of it. I'm terrible with the names of Control. But when you get that, Mei is going to be pretty much a staple. Out here, though, you have some variation, but Mei is definitely an option, at least.
Yes, I think Pharah is going to be picked for this first map. I always see a Pharah on this, no matter what.
Yeah, it just depends. We've seen Dash, obviously, his fair play has been exquisite. Some of the fastest barrages you could ever ask for. It just depends on Astray's side, especially when you bring in a ringer. That's another problem. How does their hero pool match up to what your team needs? So, generally speaking, if you're looking for, you think Shadow Jr. as the flex DPS, ideally is able to play Pharah, but who knows? Was he the the hit scan before and they just picked up somebody because they needed it. It's hard to say. It seems like he is pretty comfortable in the flex support, so I assume he has it in his arsenal, but it doesn't look like at this point that they're going to pull it out.
Yes, let's see how this first match goes. From what you see right now, how do the teams look? Or, well, their picks.
I'm going to wait till we get 5 seconds, but I think the supports are pretty much going to be the identical ones, the Ana, Lucio. If we see the ball, okay, so Shadow Dream's going on a full dive, as opposed to Asias is going to be on the Widow. So as long as Astray can do a good job of peeling for their Widow, they have a good shot. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very hard for them.
Ooh, Train Cloud trying to go for some naughty plays right now. Gonna get slept in the back line. The supports are going to ignore that. Try to get a boop off as Genji goes low. Nothing much, but a minor dive from both sides right now. Nothing too much is happening. Now we're moving to the inside. As always, it gets 2 picks off, and this is looking really good for the side of Astray right now. Train Cloud finishing off Q-Tip, and that is going to be the first fight done.
Shout out to Music Box, did a great job peeling for Osias and against the Genji, Winston, and a Tracer, and they somehow come out on top, and Osias gets kills. So the problem is that that's like a hero play moment, so to keep that up is going to be very tough. So I would like to see Astray to give a little more support to Osias, maybe still stay in line of sight a little bit better, but as it stands, very, very strong showing from the first fight.
Yeah, going into this next fight, I'm not expecting too much. I saw the Hammond got slept, and I didn't see anything come out that is Alexio and 60 both get 2 picks off. Now the main fight's now we're transitioning into like the middle part of the fight. Dash is gonna get off a kill, and now we see the Winston jump in, try to recuperate any losses that they might have, but it's not gonna work as now Shattered Dreams is gonna be taking the point on their own terms.
Alright, so Sai swapping off to the Tracer, definitely a smart pick. It's just so hard to get the value with the strong dive that Shattered Dreams is playing. They're going to hold the point here, so very, very well played from them to keep it as long as they can. Maybe they can get it up to 50, but it looks like Shadow Dream is going to take it off here any second.
Continue to go 60's doing it. 60's pulling the work right now.
Yeah, he's been very, very strong with the Winston ult. He's gonna feed a lot of ult charge, but he is gonna give him at least another 5 or 6%, especially with the fast characters they're playing. They can come back, and if they do it right, they can stagger out even to 70%. It seems like. Yeah,
this is Stagger City right now. Is the Ana's gonna come in? Slightly just Ana's barely hanging on right now. This Hammond is just playing a ring around the rosy right now. On point, 68%, going on to 70 right now. Winston's able to get back on the point at 60. He's gonna take him. This Hammond's lived for so long. Someone needs to deal with this. What is this Hammond doing? Someone please take off this Hammond.
He's swinging up high, so he's contesting, but he's not on the ground. That's really nice.
Yeah, continuing up. Lucio's gonna try to finish off the contesting. 85%. 85%.
I wish Scylla had used the Nana. They might have even turned that because Train Cloud was just spinning to winning, and if he would got the bombs off, hello, he just rolls off the edge.
Train Cloud,
all right. Uh-oh. Hopefully he's all right. It does look like it was just a little mental error, but we'll get that sorted out. As it stands, though, Astray has come in with 4 big ults, and the Tracer Pulse Bomb should be coming off soon, so they should have 5 ults coming in. Very winnable fight for them.
Yeah, super winnable. This is looking really good on the side of Astray with a nice stagger, and now they're going, and I do hear the Nano Dragon in the background, and no one can heal through that, keep in mind. Well, the Anas have been like, yeah, sorry, I'm not going to fall for this anyways. They do get 2 picks off on the support. Shadow Juniors on the other side of the map doing the same exact thing, getting the same amount of style, and they have mines down. But keep in mind, Shattered Dreams, they do have their own dreams up, held high, and they are going to be continuing to hold the points.
Yeah, it's just basically throwback to old school dive where you just trade your Anas, but the problem was that Alexia lived for about 10 seconds longer than Scylla, so you're gonna win the fight pretty much every time.
Scylla, instead of playing Ana, she did not want this onto Mora, which in my opinion, Mora isn't as good as Ana, but if you want that survivability, I think it's a nice pick.
Yeah, definitely the correct choice here. As we see already, and she does get picked out. I was gonna say she's living a lot longer, but still looks like it could go either way at this point. Although Vanguard making big plays on the Hammond. Yeah,
they're trying to retake this point, but Shattered, they're like, no, we're not having this play the same game again. I don't want this to happen at all. But Train Cloud, dang, the main tanks are off here. You're doing so well right now. We are gonna see the spin to win. That's right, people. Come down to Overwatch. It's no longer, it's not pay to win like those apps. It's a spin to win, as we do see now the sides have been switched. Shattered Dreams are now doing the contested, while Astray tries to just recuperate whatever they possibly can. Sadly, though, Shattered Dreams does not have the Hammond on them.
That's where the value of Moira comes in. Once you get that Coalescence and you start to battle on the point when it comes to the end like it is here, then Moira is going to be able to bounce her orbs wherever, especially without Shattered Dreams playing with a D.Va, so they're going to have a hard time getting back to this point.
Back cap. Look at this back cap right now. Hammond comes in for the back cap right now. Distracts the rest of the team. Now watch as we see Shattered Dreams come in. They do have the minefield down. That's going to be the main tank and the DPS out of the fight already. Nothing that they can do. This is going to be a 1 round for Astray.
Yeah, there's really the Genji Blade. He's got to get some big value out of that, but it's just not going to happen. I think the decider was Scylla playing Moira. That was such a smart play, just to live that extra 2 or 3 seconds with the Fate. Even if you die shortly after, it gives your team that extra time to get the kill in the opposing team support, which in this case is going to be Ana. And of course, Coalesce is so strong on that point. And in addition to that, there's not a D.Va on the opposing side to eat your orbs, so you get even more value than you would normally. So I think that was the key. In addition to Osiris doing a great job of getting onto Alexia real quick, making sure that is more staying alive longer was doubled in value just because he got the enemy Ana down pretty much instantly, even though he traded his life.
Yeah, and now we're on the inside map that you were talking about. I think it's I honestly don't care about the names too much either, but this would be a great map for May, and Dash is going to be playing the May.
Although pointing to Astray, they're playing Junkrat. Fair. I don't know what's going on with this team anymore. This is not normal. And anybody that's unfamiliar with the tier 3 scene, this is unprecedented. So this will be fun.
Continuing into the first fight, we are now right next to server room, hoping to get something off. Sigma's trying to shoot out his I don't really know what his ammo's called.
His orbs, I'm not sure. But they do have 2 off tanks as well, so Shattered Dreams is gonna have to try to play really aggressive here.
Yeah, continue out the fight. I think they're just mainly looking for Dash to do some backline harassment right now as the fight continues on. This is more turned into a brawl, but look at Crimson's percent right now. He's glowing. He's ready to do some big damage right now, and boy, does he gonna do some damage. Oasis does take out Q-Tip. It's gonna be huge for the first fight. That Lucio does so much healing. Barrage comes in amazingly fast, and that's gonna be the first one. That is Astray only losing 1 people and just taking everyone else out.
I don't even know. That might have been faster than Dashes earlier on Oasis. So Osiris is definitely a very good, even though we've seen him on the hit scan, a very, very skilled fair player, even though he stayed on the ground the entire time. So this is the thing though, with this comp that Astray is playing, it's so hard for the Shattered Dreams to get through this choke with so much poke that they're pulling out.
Yeah, right now we do see a little bit of isolation wall come out, but it doesn't get anyone. Sadly, we are gonna see Crimson fall down. The wall comes down, and the next aggressive play comes out. Shadow Jr. is the only one. Hope we're bringing the wheel, but I'm sorry. Your Reinhardts are taking down 2 people. You can't do much more. Trying to continue the fight now, but sorry, Sigma, you're all alone. The isolation wall was a little bit too good, and Junkrat tries to recuperate, but this isn't looking good for Astray at all. You guys start thinking about backing up, but they want to try. Astray, they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight tooth and nail to try to win this one last fight, but Shattered Dreams, they're saying nope. Thanks for the auto charge though.
Yeah, this is surely just cleaning up at this point. Shattered Dreams knowing exactly what they need to do with this comp, because when you're playing against a Pharah and a Junkrat, they're eventually going to kill you, but if you go in before they can get that pick or that huge rocket that allows their teammates to finish up the kill, you're going to be in a great spot, especially with the Reaper getting close range. So they're playing, they know their win condition here.
Coming into this next fight, we wait softly as we do see Astray going up in the server room, going into high ground, hoping to rotate onto point. They run. Wow, they really love this Bastion. Oh, wait, is this? Oh, are they gonna bait them into a? That would be so nasty. No, they're not going to. As always, as Osiris decides to come on the high ground, get bubbled, and then fall down. There's no one protecting. There's no one protecting the Bastion. That was a really weird play.
They look really disjointed, and especially with Shattered Dreams playing with the D.Va, you're gonna have 3 or 4 seconds where you're getting 0 value out of that Bastion essentially. So it's not really the ideal pick. Soldier could be better if you get the flank off, but still, this is definitely an unorthodox comp coming out from Astray, much less with their 2 off tanks.
I like the idea of bubbling him onto the ground so you wouldn't have to wait for him to set up, but there was no shield waiting for him. It was just sitting duck. Hammer down comes down. The nuke comes in as well. 60 getting a few picks off as the fight continues on. That's both your tanks out for the rest of this fight, as well as your DPS and support. I'm sorry, but that is going to be the map. That's gonna be the round. You know, Astray came out hard the first map, but that was sort of disappointing.
So this is kind of a showing you why the meta is the way it is with Mei being such a strong pick on that map. Even if you play, well, they were playing on Othix things, but like you need that Mei. Unfortunately, like it's guaranteed value on that map because every area pretty much is so congested. And the Reaper on top of that, once you speed the Reaper in with the Mei, and she's freezing something, like you're gonna get guaranteed value, and you will win almost every single fight unless the enemy team makes a hero play. But you'd obviously want to be on the team where you have to just play normally and you get the battle. So coming out here, I'm glad to see they have a Mei, but the Hanzo is a little bit off the normal beaten path.
Oh yeah, double shield is a little weird. I haven't seen that in a. The fight is gonna rage on. We do see Astray decide to take up the point way faster, but they don't have everyone on. They don't have the Hanzo. I can understand why the Hanzo's not on point, but I don't understand why the Orisa isn't with you. That should be a win for Shatter.
Yeah, they're trying to do a fancy play, maybe trying to dissect Shadow Dreams and pick them apart, but Shadow Dreams, credit to them, they're very decisive when they need to be. They know, okay, we got a 4v, we got a 6v4 here, and then the 2 out front. We're going to take on the 4 here, wipe them out, and then do what we need to do with the 2 if they stay. So Shadow Dreams knows their win conditions and are playing against this unorthodox style of Astray very well.
Yeah, normally you might see people succumb to unorthodox style. People think when you're in the highest level of play, oh, if I play off meta, then they won't understand what's happening. No, that's the reason why they're high, because everyone plays off meta.
Yeah, I haven't seen Sigma in a while, so this definitely looks like something that Shadow Dreams is very comfortable with facing, the old school meta.
Yeah, continuing the fight, Shadow Dreams is going to get Alexio off, which might bode well for his first part of the fight, but Reinhardt's going to come in there. Even though he's anti-D, he is nanoed, he's going to try to get whatever possible thing he can get out of that, but it's not going to last too long. That's 40%. The switch is going to come soon, because Osiris got 2 kills with that. The only real thing that they can hope for is the stall, but that's not happening either.
Yeah, you see Genja just on the Rhine, even though he was antied in at below 25%, just feeling super confident. I mean, he eventually did die, but he got a lot of value. The only reason that Astray was able to pull that back was with that huge dragon. And we do see a Zen. I mean, he's already got a lot of ult percentage, so that's great, but as long as Shadow Dreams can be the decisive people they were before, they should be able to get on the Zen and just eliminate him real easy.
Yeah, we are going to see this first fight come in. Reinhardt, like you said, walking straight towards the Zen.
Nicely.
Zen just going to ignore him. I would think that Zen just trying to go for the pickoff would be a better idea, but they're going to leave that for Sigma to get 3 kills off of his. Oh, that was really good. The Astray's going to continue to show their dominance as they win this next fight.
Yeah, very nicely from Scylla. So he's doing his job. If you're playing the Ana here, just if I'm watching, if you're playing the Ana with a Zen or any support with a Zen, you just need to babysit him. Like you need to be there all the time, making sure he stays alive because he's just like another DPS. So as long as you do that, he should be able to, doing his job should be able to massacre the enemy team. So if they can keep the Zen alive, I think Astray's comp can prove to be good, especially if they hold us outside, which they're doing very smart.
Yeah, I did see that nade come in, hoping it a tactical nade, but sadly it didn't work. That would
go straight in the air. What is this?
That would have been really funny to watch. As they're are they tactically burning all of this? Maybe hoping to get some CC up in there, but that's not gonna really happen right now. 57%. That's a pick off on the Crimson, a pick off on the Music Box. 60. Really doing, like you said, the boost into Mei and Reaper is just too good. It's just too good.
Okay, so Shadow Dreams heard the Mei ult that he threw straight up in the air, which he assumed, I guess, they were going straight for a Zen. They just take the point, and Music Box dies with Trans, and then here we are. So this is interesting with the Shatter. They're coming in against the Shatter and Mei ult. Shadow Dreams has both of them to the disposal, so this is going to be very hard for Astray to take back, and this could be the last point, the last fight.
Yeah, my question is why throw a trip in the air? They have a D.Va on their team. Anyway, we are actually going to see a Blizzard right now, but the cold hasn't bothered anyone here anyways, as though Shatter is actually what does a lot of the damage. 88%, 2 kills off on the ult right there, and now the real damage is coming in. Like you said, last fight, sorry Astray, but I honestly say that the first fight in this map dictated the rest of the fight, and that is going to be Shattered Dreams map once more, 2-1-0.
Yep. So this is another thing you see is that like Zen's ult is very strong, but the brawl style that we're playing right now means that it doesn't really hard counter any specific ults. Even like a Mei ult, you could still kill somebody through trans. So that on top of his inability to escape and easy target to shoot, like his model is really easy to shoot. That's why he's not played, and you see that exemplified right there.
Yeah, but I think it was definitely it wasn't a bad choice. I think it was actually a pretty good choice, but just didn't work out for them.
It could have made it work. They won a few fights with it, yeah, and he got his ult. It's just I think that Shadow Dreams knows how to play against it to make his strengths not downplay his strengths and take advantage of his many weaknesses. So shout out to Shadow Dreams for that. They're doing a great job. They just look like the more solid team. I mean, since with 3 ringers on Astray, but then they start playing things like Bastion, and you're just like, okay, there's more than just the issues with the ringers coming into play at this point. So we'll see what they can do. But we are seeing signs of life, but it's not much life, it looks like, at this point.
Yeah, so we are on to the next map. So they cannot play Control Point. It seems like Shattered Dreams really likes playing Control Point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's a brawl. Like whenever you play Control, it's going to be more of a brawl. So that makes perfect sense for them. So I would say they definitely want to stay from. Let's see. Astray would want to pick a Assault. So I assume that's where we're going to go back to. So with that in mind, we've got Hanamura, Temple, and Anubis. So either of those would be solid picks. I think Temple of Anubis provides more sightlines for your snipers. So I would not be surprised if that's what they would do.
Have we seen Shattered Dreams play a dive? I think they played like a Winston for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, they play dive. They play dive on Oasis. They have a very strong dive. Dash is a very good Genji. 60 is a very good Tracer. So they certainly know how to do it. And we saw a little bit of it on Li Jiang as well, if I'm not mistaken. Although Astray when they went Mora, that's when they started to do a little bit better. But then again, Astray didn't play normal dive. They played with the Widow.
Oh yeah. So we are going to see a ban onto Hollywood.
If I was Shadow Dreams, I would be banning a 2CP. I think when you get these setups in the long side, although Hollywood is a great choice as well, just because that second point is just a nightmare, and the first point can be really good as far as snipers are concerned. So I understand the reasoning. I think that makes I don't know, that makes sense. So and maybe they don't feel comfortable on that map as well. So a lot of value with that one. So Astray definitely needs to pick a Temple of Anubis, I would think. Oh, they want to go Rialto, which is also a sniper can be very valuable there as well. I just think it definitely lends itself towards more brawls, just in general. Just that's how the map payload, the payload style lends itself to, as opposed to Control or 2CP, where you just have to get that one pick on a Widow, and then you get first point, and then you can you can repeat second. So got the work cut out for them.
We're going to be seeing one of Rialto's infamous.
Yeah. We'll see.
Do you think that we're going to see? Do you think that we're going to be seeing one?
I'm sorry. See what?
Do you think that we're going to be seeing one of Rialto's infamous full hold?
Infamous full holds. It is pretty common, unusually common, because that first point is so hard to take. It's such a great spot for the defender, especially if you have a sick Widow to get on the high ground, and you provide that support that he needs. So if like a Diva or Pharah starts getting too close to the Widow without being taken out, then your Ana can provide the support that she needs from a distance and just keep her alive and easily hold for first point. It's not something uncommon at all.
And we are going to be seeing Shadow Dreams. They are going to be starting off on the defense. Astray is going to be on attack. Let's see how this. I'm interested, to say the least, to see how this is going to go. Because like you were talking about, Rialto is definitely more of a brawl style map. So I'm.
Yeah, and May is very good on this first point too. So if I was Astray, well, they're on attack. I'll talk about their defense later. But on attack, depending on what Shadow Dreams plays, I would say that they want to probably try to take the high ground, depending on how aggressive Shadow Dreams is playing as well. But it all depends on what comps they do decide, because if you go down that corridor after that first turn, May becomes MVP of that space. She owns that area.
It's hers. No one else is allowed in the area. May just takes it all. I'm sorry, but May has a monopoly. I just can't do anything about it.
Yeah, she comes in and lays down claim, and you don't get to live there unless she says you can. So, with that in mind, I would be very surprised if we didn't see a May, but you know, maybe Shadow Dreams is feeling really confident with some of their comps, and the opposite with Astray. But I do see Astray coming with the May. So, yeah.
Shadow Dreams pulling off the good old tactical side.
All right, so this for sure looks like we're gonna see the actual comps now. Dash gonna be playing the May for Shadow Dreams, and nope, Astray's not going with the May, which is not surprising me at all. I think Shadow Jr. on the Fair is a super good choice for them, especially they don't know it, but 60 on the McCree is gonna be, you know, not as well equipped to deal with him as a Widow.
Going on to the first fight, I'm very excited. This I think is Astray's moment to prove that they can go face first into this, and they can prove themselves that they can beat Shadow Dreams. Shadow Dreams, there's been a little back and forth style mentality. If anything, I want to see Astray just push forward through this hardship right now, because like it's a brawl style map. Hopefully, we can see some good plays right now. We do see Astray topped on the high ground. Normally, I'd say it's really good, but at this point, you're leaving the point just alone. I think that Shadow Dreams is just sort of waited out.
Yeah, so this May would make a big space for him. So great play to jump onto the Shadow Dreams the way they are right now.
Going in, we do see Crimson being frozen. 60 is going to get taken out by Osiris, but it's not looking too bad right now for Shadow Dreams. They do have a pick off on a Shadow right now as well. The reason to come up, oh, Crimson gets nanoed into the Rhine charge right there. Not looking too good as Train Cloud gets picked up on to Q-Tip. Astray came in hard, but they sort of got pummeled.
Yeah, they got kind of split. Shadow Jr. got a little bit too far ahead. I think that was the deciding factor. The backline of Astray did a good job of taking out the offensive members of Shadow Dreams, but it stands. Shadow Dreams is going to have they're basically on equal footing since the fight was so even though. Ult-wise.
Now we go to the first technical nuke incoming. I don't see any shields out. Shit! Ooh! Barely gets his up in time. Vanguard's nuke is gonna get two people though. As the answer comes in, D.Va comes up behind, gets right her. Now looking to get May, but this D.Va on high ground is looking way more juicier than May is. Going in for the pick up. Ooh, that was a nice play on the side of Shattered.
Yeah, it can be very difficult on the attacking side to scatter for that D.Va bomb. So with that, Vanguard nets 2 kills. Coming into this next fight though, they're gonna be basically even footing outside. It looks like the Nano from Shadow Dreams is going to be coming up a lot earlier, and then the Astray will have their Shadow to work with. So outside that, they're going to be on equal footing with 2 ults each.
Yeah, actually not even equal. No, Crimson's about to get his ult.
Yeah, the Shadow's coming up, but then they have the support ults for Shadow Dreams.
Oh no, you're right. Do you see High Noon come out, Deadeye trying to see someone with the big iron on his hip? The make ball comes out to try to give him some extra range, but does it come out 60s though? He's gonna. Ooh, that hurt. That's a one fight. I don't even need to announce that.
Raise you 3. Oh man, that was nice. Just came out. He literally was like chilling, doing nothing, and then peeks out. And by that point, Astray was just in a point where they're like, okay, we're just dead. We're in a spot we can't hide. So another instance of where that open area that Astray are walking into has just been a death trap. First D.Va bomb, and now the McCree ult.
Great plays. Those like. It's not even that they're walking to a death trap. It's like, oh, God. The plays that we're seeing coming off from both sides are really good. I'm just seeing a little bit better ult usage, or better ult technicality come off on the side of Shatter. They're able to get up. The ults are just a millimeter, a millisecond in the timing. We do see a nanoed McCree come out on the side of Astray, which is, I don't really see that many nanoed McCrees, to be honest.
Huge Shatter from Crimson. This is gonna be it.
Ooh, nice Shatter coming out. Yeah, that's gonna be a point.
Dash has been holding his mail for a few fights now, if I'm not mistaken, and so that's gonna feel real bad when you lose first point, and you have, it looks like 4 ults now, almost 5, But dying with it all always feels really bad. So that's something that Shadow Dreams, I think they get a little too confident there, where they were winning fights so convincingly. Then next thing you know, Crimson comes in with a 4-man shatter, and they're gonna track him down here, try and make sure that they get as much room as possible from this first take.
Yeah, I love the aggressive plays. So that's exactly what you want to be doing. As soon as you get an advantage, hold on to it as hard as you possibly can. This is going to be a great play. They're making so much room. Every second that they hold Shattered here for is they get way more difference onto this heart push. We see Shattered. They're going to try to contest right now. They're pushing up in the high ground, having a little bit of a hard time as Maywell comes out. We do see this Reinhardt is about to get completely barraged by Astray. The fight continues on inch by inch. They try to pull, but Shattered Dreams, they're putting the stake in, hoping to get. They do have a 2-man advantage. They're hoping to get whatever they possibly can, ripping off onto the chest here of Astray, and now they are going to be winning the fight, but barely.
Yeah, 60 doing a great job getting the high ground and just flanking. Like, that's something I think maybe it wasn't communicated early enough, but Tranquil wasn't able to take him out. I know he's very good. He's very good at dealing with that, but for whatever reason, wasn't communicated fast enough, and he made the most of it. So coming in here, we're gonna have 4 ults to each side. It's gonna be a massacre.
Yeah, get ready for the fireworks to be brought up because it's about to be 4th of July on this map right now. You know, they're slowly revving up their gear. Starting on first gear, we do see 2 ults come out the high noon, but oh, that was so good by 60. Great flashbang right there. Able to get the high noon for 60 really didn't matter. What mattered more was taking out their Deadeye.
Yeah, but as it stands, yeah, Shadow Dream's definitely gonna wipe up the floor here, but they did have to invest a lot of ults. So we said like there's a lot of ults coming in, but both teams expending pretty much all of them. So Astray needs to figure out something that they can do a little bit differently here, because Shadow Dreams seems to have an answer for every trick they're pulling out. Maybe they use a dry fight where they're at a disadvantage, but unfortunately with the time running out, they're gonna just run in and use everything.
Next 30 seconds, all they really have is Shatter and maybe Nano.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe hopefully Shatter, he's another 4-man. That's been the only way they've been taking. Seems like.
You know, they have to get the fatty Shatty to actually do some work right now. 96. So hard, they do have to break it down though. I think they're gonna break it down into the fight. That would be a nice call.
Yeah. Hopefully with the Nano, he can get maybe D.Va on the back line or something along those lines. I think that'll be very nice.
So I think they're waiting. Oh,
nice
pick, Crimson. That's gonna be D-Max D.Va as well. They are gonna. I don't think they really needed a Nano. Their McCree right there.
Yeah, it's probably one of those things where somebody on the enemy team died right as you were hitting it, so you can't fault them for that. And it's last fight, so you definitely don't want to repeat a first point. Or I guess in the Shadow Dreams case where you die with it all. So
they are going to Nano Reinhardt, but ooh, sorry, the sneak came in a little bit too fast. That's gonna be a wasted ult and a failed push as well.
Train Cloud came in and just stood in 60's face and said, "I don't care if you high noon shoot, as long as you don't kill the rest of my team, we're good." So sacrifice. He's a good man. Rest in peace.
They're still pushing. I'll have to commend them for that. I thought it was gonna end.
Yeah, this is a heroic effort from them.
Yeah, they're really buying the nail at this point. The tactical nuke comes in, goes right behind the wall, doesn't get anyone though. Shatter comes out, another, I think, 2-man right there. Not as big as a 4-man, but still plenty of work that comes out. You can hear in the background. He only gets Genji right there, but I think Genji is the most important target. Get with that. As Astray keeps on bringing in the pain, the damage, as they get a whole 5-man right there. Now they're looking for Ana, but Ana's all the way back at spawn.
Crimson is so good, dude. Right before Vanguard's bomb exploded, he just shattered. Like, that's the last thing you would think of Ryan would do on the opposing team is shatter right before then. Gets the shatter, turns around, blocks it. So at that point, they're just gonna, looks like a very strong point.
24 seconds, 0.7 meters off. It's gonna get really close as Crimson now falls down. I honestly say that Crimson has been doing the most. Oh, Drake! I was at the stand right there. I was expecting that to get blocked. I'm not even gonna lie. 11 seconds, and that is there.
Size flashed him. That's what happened. Size flashed him right before.
Ooh, that's so good.
Yeah. So Astray, dude, this team is they're so odd, man. Like they do some silly things, and then you see like huge plays. Train Cloud getting that shatter off right before the D bomb, then returning right to the D bomb. He doesn't get exploded by it, and then Osiris getting the nice flash. And so you're seeing that these players, like they're really good, and they have really good individual plays, but like the overall team play from Shadow Dreams is looking to be superior, even though they do have their individual plays, of course, as well. So this could be anyone's map. I don't even know what to say at this point.
Yeah, it's I'm honestly a little bit confused, but I am enthused about that.
Yeah.
That bomb. I'm running the high on that bomb. That has to have been
It was huge.
so big.
Yeah, it was. I mean, like, Shadow Dreams had to go in, but like you in theory, you shouldn't have to sacrifice all three. You should just have like somebody there, maybe to take the bomb, Ryan or whatever, and have D.Va ready to jump in. But it was so close that I definitely understand why they felt the need to get in bomb range. So with this in mind, I'm surprised that we don't see snipers from Astray after the last showing. You know, at least get one Widow.
Oh yeah, it's a little weird, but we are going to be seeing 6-2. I think Widow on attack is. I hate seeing Widows on defense.
You think so? I mean, they can be countered really hard, but if you give them the support they need, that the threat alone is very strong. But yeah, obviously attack is good as well, which is we'll see out of Shadow. Nope, Psych. We got to see McCree. So
Psych, haha, guys. LOL, JK.
The music box on the Brig gets slept, but that's the only difference with Lucio versus Brig here.
I think I prefer Lucio a little bit more. As the wall comes out, music box gonna fall down. This is looking really good for Shadow. Getting a second pick, third pick off, and now the main is going to start right now. Sorry, D.Va. Bye-bye, D-Mech, and now you're a little... sorry. So like I said, I don't understand. StarCraft 2 does not switch over to mech, and that's why she keeps on getting picked off.
Yeah, Astray scrambling to get a second point. They should be able to get a pretty good defense, assuming they don't get picked off on the way across this bridge.
Take your medicine.
So this is going to be a really fast or long fight. No, nice May wall starting to initiate. We see the ANC May wall come out. D.Va's coming up, hoping to get this high ground on the May wall. Look at 60. 60 is just playing a little bit of a Mimi spot right there up in that high ground, waiting for, just trying to distract Train Cloud is what I'd say he's trying to do. 60 is going to get Shadow Jr. off, and now the main fight's going to contest right now. You're going to see a Nano come out from, I think, onto Genji. He's really only popping his Nanos onto Ryan, which, while I do understand, I do want to see a little bit more flavor with the actual Nanos. 0.3 meters left as the Shatter comes in. They're hoping to just push him off point for a millisecond to get the rest of this point, but Lucio's in the perfect place to contest. They do have a few picks, but a few picks just isn't enough to get the rest of this point as the fireworks keep on being pushed. Nuke comes in, hits Osiris, and that is going to be the cart push the first point.
Valiant effort, but I think the deciding factor was that Shadow Dreams had won that first fight, so they had the ult charge. So the May ult came up like 5 seconds before, and the Shatter and everything else came up just a little bit before. So very good effort from Astray, especially to come back and contest. So they're looking very good, but at this point, the pace set by Shadow Dreams is just a very fast one. So they need to hold this corner. This is a very strong corner with this high ground that they have access to.
Now they're continuing to play. I want to see them play aggressive right now. They're not playing as aggressive as I would like them to, but they are still playing a little bit aggressive, going on to this high ground, hoping to get this Lucio. This little bit aggressive Lucio on the side of Astray. Just going into everyone's space right now. Music box might have gotten picked off, but God, if that was not a valiant, that wasn't even like a little bit of a valiant effort right there. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that they got in there trying to make some plays, but it's very tough for them to win this 3v4 at this point. They're using ults.
That's 2 ults right now.
They're six now. They have a closer spawn.
Yeah, the spawn advantage is gonna come in, but it's still just not looking too good. They're pretty close to the next point, so it's gonna be I think a pretty long fight. Shatter comes in, doesn't get anyone. Now that it was wasted, and Dash is gonna be slept. I'd say it was more used in a zoning way. The aggressive plays I don't think are gonna work out because of the wall right there. Nuke comes in, only really D-Mech's D.Va at this point, but you can't look at a D-Mech D.Va as being too bad because I've seen some D-Mech D.Vas do some nutty stuff. The fight continues on. We do see the Blizzard come in, but the cold is gonna be bothering Ninja right now as they try to keep on repercussing. Did Dash just body block? Or did Q-Tip just body block for the Rhine?
Possible, I didn't see it.
That was actually pretty good. That was actually nutty, in fact. We are going to be seeing the Nano come out. All they really do stall right now. 3 minutes on the clock. It's not looking too bad for Shattered right now.
I'm so surprised that he was able to like get back and fight the way they did. Sias just popped off there at the end and having a great position without being too close to being, you know, in the Rhine swings when he was nanoed and everything like that. So Astray definitely doing work here. I'm glad to see we stopped up the ball. The ball was just going to get absolutely massacred. But as it comes in, Shadow Dreams has 3 big ults coming on the 4th with the Nano. But the Mail alone should be enough to scare Astray away, at least from this high ground.
Yeah, I'm going into this next fight right now. We are going to see the Reinhardt pull in, try to do whatever they possibly can. I think a little bit of a main wall. 60 is going to get picked off onto the Ana as the fight does continue. D-Mex Diva, this May is going to get frozen as well, but she is going to be behind a wall, so it's not going to be matter. Oh, actually, it's going to matter. His dash is going to get picked off onto there right now. Deadeye comes in from the mid ground, but Sag doesn't get anyone out. That is going to be this point push by Shattered, and they're going to have 4 ults to pay with it as well.
Yeah, they're trying to come in for the stall, but barring some sort of heroics, the ball coming out again from Crimson, but he's definitely not going to be able to make a play here with the main wall coming out against him.
When you get this, all I'm seeing is stalls come out from Shattered.
That's why the Ryan, you need a Ryan, because if you don't, then the enemy Ryan's going to get free shatters all day. As you saw, they just lined up. I think they're just like Astray is just like they're letting Shadow Dreams just get in between their front and their back line, and we find Silly just getting swiped by Genja, which is nothing you'd ever want to see happen. So they need to make sure that they secure the back line.
That's what I want to say. It's a little weird not seeing up. Yeah, and they switch onto the Rhine right now. The fight is going to move on to the next phase. 3rd point looking pretty good. Osiris is going to be falling down. This really is not looking good for Astray right now. High Noon comes in. Both runs are frozen while both being nanoed. You want the brawl to happen, but the Maze are just like, no, listen, Ryan, you really need to cool off. Give you guys a second to breathe. The fight continues on. If they can cap it right now, it's going to be around 2 minutes that they have an advantage on.
What? Oh no, I don't know how Q-Tip got picked. That's huge.
Q-Tip is going to be falling down, yeah. I never really know how those bombs are going to work out. Is it going to kill you? Is it not going to kill you? It's always an and or if right now. With both plays going to be pretty huge right here. Everyone's frozen. Blizzard's coming in. Everyone's trying to get something. Osiris just got 3 picks off, or 3 kills right off there. That's gonna be 0.5. It has to feel bad. That's 0.5.
Yeah, this is almost worst case scenario, because it's so hard to get this last point on Rialto. It's like you're playing against a 2 CP and you're the attacker, because they spawn and they're just instantly back on the point. So with that in mind, they do have the High Noon and the Shatter to play with. So Genja's gonna need to get something huge. Otherwise, at least they have 2 fights ideally, but it's still gonna be hard to pull those off. And without the Mail coming up, it's gonna be very, very difficult to take this last point.
Yeah. Let's see how this is gonna work out for them. They have the Shatter, they have the Deadeye. I think maybe focusing the Reinhardt and then going for the Deadeye might be.
Yeah.
Like, I think if Crimson didn't switch off onto Reinhardt, it would have been. This game would have ended way earlier.
Yeah, swaps have been really good, but as it stands, trying to make some space here with 60.
Yeah. So, 60 being walled onto the other enemy May.
Train Cloud's on top of it,
Out
though.
right there. Yeah, continuing the fight. Osiris is gonna get his own thing, but the huge Shatter 3-man right there is the entirety of Shatter Dream. Tries to collapse on, but the Maywall's gonna say no. Fight continues. Bomb comes out, and Astray's doing a really good job defending this right now. 35 seconds. 2 CP defense style. It doesn't matter. They have like a half a push right now.
Wow, I'm so surprised that they won that. Astray won that fight. That's very impressive. But yeah, this is gonna be very tough for Shadow Dreams, especially with the Mail coming up on the side of Astray, in addition to Nano and Beat. So it's hard to imagine how they win this fight, to be honest. They have to eat the Mail. That's step 1.
That's what. Yeah.
1 of 5.
I think it's more of 1 of 20 right now. The Nano comes out onto the Reinhardt. Wall comes out as well. You're basically seeing a basic opening right now. Look as we see 60 try to get a backflank right now, but he's gonna get absolutely denied. I think that's gonna really show what the rest of this is gonna be like. Sorry, but they couldn't eat the May. Oh, great CC. Everybody's frozen near them. Overtime's ticking down. Tick tock, tick tock. Shattered Dreams are trying to do whatever they possibly can, but with only 2 people left on cart, it's not gonna happen. This map is gonna be going to Astray. I think it's 2-1-1 right now.
They're leveling up every single map. It seems like they're just putting on. I don't know. Like, they're coming together as a team. It's pretty cool to watch. their play has been improving every single map. So, oh, this is beautiful. I like he wasn't doing anything, and then he just says peekaboo, and high noon, you're dead. So, very nice. 60 definitely had his plays, but I think Osias overall had the better McCree map. Even not even just seeing him in the kill feed, but that flash that he did onto Ginja to get him to that basically secured the 3rd point, in addition to his other kills that he got in there, and just being in the right place, and just I didn't see him out of position a whole lot. I didn't see 60 out of position a whole lot either, but I think Osias's positioning put him in positions to capitalize more on, especially the Mei freezes.
Yeah, I sort of think Shattered right now they're kicking themselves in the foot for not being able to get that Volskaya map.
Yeah, it's Volskaya and Volskaya, and I think they had a good chance at Rialto too. So I mean, hopefully their mental state is not too in shambles or anything like that. They definitely look like they're like, if I was a betting man, even if we were at 1-1, I would still say Shadow Dreams looks better, given what I've seen so far. But it's definitely Astray could definitely pull this out as well.
It's looking really close right now. Because if it is best of 5, if Astray comes up and wins this next fight, are we going to go into overtime and play one more match?
First to 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so all Shadow Dreams needs to do is just win one more, and they've got this. So let's see. We had a ban from Astray, which was Hanamura, so we won't be seeing that.
Good choice.
Yeah, as we said before, they would definitely prefer. What was the other Volskaya? No, they already did Volskaya, Temple of Anubis, and Hanamura with the 3 assaults. So Temple of Anubis will be much better for them, but of course I would not expect Shadow Dreams to pick that, and they do pick Busan, which is going to be a great map for them. However, if they get that, the problem is that 2 out of the 3 of those are very good for snipers, or can be played with snipers. Of course, Downtown being the first one that comes to mind. So if we get Downtown, I really like Astray. If we get either of the other 2, even though the Sanctuary is still very good for sniper. So, but then again, we don't know if Astray is going to be playing them, because they seem to not always pick them whenever they're viable, like on Rialto. But they won the map, so we'll see.
Oh, we are going to be starting off with the
I think it's Sanctuary. I think it's Sanctuary.
Okay.
I just call it Bongo map.
Yeah, it was a big jump map for me.
Drum Bongo. I think everybody knows what you're talking about. So, but the thing is, though, is that Vanguard's been really good on getting on top of the snipers, especially on this map, since if you try to flank, like if D.Va's at the Bongo and you take right or left flank for, the far areas, she's just one booster away from you. So it can be very tough to get it off in that respect. But if you just play behind your team, then it's obviously a lot more, your team's able to assist you a lot more on the D.Va. So I hope they try that, but then again, if they stick with what they were good at before, Osias on the McCree is just a monster, so that's a very good option as well.
It seems like he might be opting for the
I've tried to guess before, and then they just swap. So just like on Rialto, I thought they were gonna play far, but they didn't. So I'm gonna wait until the doors actually open before I start commenting on that. These guys like to swap.
Yeah, it's nice to give players a moment to screw with the casters, at least for a little while. There we go.
Yeah, I think it's okay. The McCree, yeah, he's been dominant on the McCree, and then Shadow Jr. has been making his Mei play has improved over the course of these maps. So definitely think they have a really good shot here. We are going on mirror comps. Straight up meta.
Yeah, Stray's playing a little bit more aggressive right now. Shatter deciding to play off onto the one of the drum side. I'd say the flank side might be a bad choice. I would normally think that Shattered would work better into a full brawl situation, and that's exactly what they're gonna start off with. Osias gonna take out 60, and the fight's gonna continue with Train Cloud gonna be getting a pick off onto one of the supports right now. The fight continues in. Vanguard tries to do whatever possible can, but it's gonna get demeched, and that's gonna be the end of the fight. Astray just took it.
I mean, that's the thing with these no ult mirror comps. It's just about the most micro positioning, and then when you get like that one peak on your McCree that the other doesn't without the D.Va Matrix to protect him, then that's gonna be the fight win. That's how it starts off and ends there. Train Cow got a little aggressive there and did get picked off, but it's not as big a deal because you still have half a player. So
yeah, coming up for this, hoping. I honestly just want to see Shatter just go in and play extremely aggressive, and that's what they're going to be going in, trying to do right now. Look at Train Cloud getting slept, not being frozen though. Train Cloud coming in around HP. I just want to see this Mei sort of. I want to see this Mei punish Train Cloud for coming in a little bit too close and swinging in the background. We do see Shadow Jr. on his ult right now. The Blizzard's gonna come in. Dash is about to get frozen, but Shattered has the picks to back it up.
Oh man, very good fight for Shadow Dreams. They didn't have to use the mail. Astray used their mail, didn't get the value, and they still win the fight. It looks like the Shadow Dreams play around the Mei walls have just been superior so far. So they're capitalizing on the Mei walls when they have them, and they're having more opportunities to use them. So coming into this fight, they do have the 2 support ults and the High Noon and Bomb, so they have a whole lot of utility. So Crimson needs to get another huge shatter. Outside that, it doesn't seem like it's going to be a good fight for them.
Coming in, continuing this next fight, deciding instead of playing, they don't want to brawl. It's obvious that Shattered Dreams has the better brawl style. Actually, I take it back. They want to brawl, going in for the big hammer plays. They're going to Nano of Crimson, which I think is the best choice right now. Going in for the hammer down, trying to find some space right now, but I'm sorry, it's not working out. And Dash is gonna get taken off. A Ninja's gonna get taken off as well, and that might be the end of this right now, as Astray's gonna be taking back the point.
Well, they could use the D-map in the ult, but look at Q-Tip, dude. He's just another 5%, very nice from him. And coming to this next fight, they do have well, both teams have the beat, but they have the Mei advantage. So Shadow Dream should be in a really good spot to take this next fight, assuming it doesn't get eaten, which Train Cloud could be certainly capable of doing. But you know, it's definitely easier said than done. I think Astray they just want to utilize Osiris. I think Osiris has been getting the value that they need. So as long as they give him the opportunities, they can win this fight easily.
Speaking about using Osiris, you can't use him when he's snoozing on the job, getting slept right there before the beginning of the fight. It doesn't really matter. Osiris is just gonna pop his Deadeye until he gets 60. Osiris isn't gonna get taken off. But I do agree with what you're saying. Osiris really is doing a lot of work for Astray, and as soon as Osiris falls down, look how Shattered Dreams just takes the point.
Yeah, it just got real messy after that. He got the Deadeye on the opposing McCree, and then they still end up losing this fight. The one thing though I will say is that Shadow Dreams did have the Mei ult to their disposal, so hopefully Shadow gets that ults back, because as soon as, you know, this one fight, if they win this next fight, then that's gonna be the first map going to them. And at this point, Shadow Dreams they don't really have anything outside a big shatter to hope for with the Nano, so looking very good for Astray at this point. They just need to not get picked on the way in like Osiris almost did.
Yeah, I'm sort of not happy that they didn't, you know, play with D.Va a little bit more in the back, to not let her respawn for a few more seconds, but to each their own. Now we are going to be seeing Astray decide not to go for this brawl time. They definitely really do need to stay in the back line, but the back line's not going to be really liking them, as we hit 92%. Great Mei wall, stopping Ana from even coming closer right now. We do see the Blizzard come out, but no one's going to be cutting that right now. We do see a big fatty Shaddy come out with Shatter's Reinhardt falling down as the fight continues on. Crimson's gonna be picking off 2 more picks, and this really is not looking good for Shattered at all, as Astray just comes in and finishes it up.
Yeah, Crimson with his high IQ plays as usual. The Mei ult doesn't necessarily freeze anybody. The Ryan Genji was just charging out, but Crimson says no, boy, you aren't getting away, and shatters him, and his teammate takes out the win. And so they're gonna have to come back and try and get some stagger delays here.
Stagger delay is not going to really work out, as Q-Tip's going to be falling down. Overtime takes down 1 by 1 as Reinhardt falls down too, and that is going to be the first round.
Oh, almost. Oh, I mean, it was obviously a formality, but it would have been funny. So Osiris was just popping off, getting picks, and then sometimes still losing, but you just keep him alive, and he just puts in work. Although I will say, the Mei from Shadow Dreams has been not Shadow Juniors. Dash has been have some great walls that his team has done a great job of capitalizing. So it's a tale of 2 different teams. It's been really interesting to see how, like, the fight wins are completed. You know, sometimes it's just a Mei ult, but a lot of times you'll see that it's either the individual play from Astray or the team synergy of Shadow Dreams shining.
5, 4.
Now I think we're on my least favorite map. The map is dynamic, but I feel like it's random. So
Yeah, the problem is that when you lose the first fight, it's so hard to get back through these chokes against the Mei. So this first fight is going to be very, very important.
Yeah, we do see this first fight come in strip, a brawl style. I think Shatters has a little bit of a better chance. Osiris out from the McCree right now, continuing the fight up. Ninja does fall down, but it's not gonna really matter as the fight. This May walls off the Lucio, and that is going to be the first point down for Shattered.
Yeah, and like I said, it's gonna be very hard for them to get back in here. So, very interesting comp from Astray. When you don't have a lot of heals, you know, you just have a Brig, or they're swapping to Ana now. But the first fight they did have a Brig, and then the Reaper is just, he can get a lot of value, but it's so hard to get through the Diva, and then the McCree is gonna just destroy you. Here we go. Huge purple.
Ooh, that was actually absolutely huge. Astray's really hoping to grab onto some streams right now, but they're not gonna be. Like you said, first fight really dictates how the rest of these fights are gonna go.
Yeah, because the Ana, in addition to the May being so oppressive, the Ana Alexio here getting great positioning to set up for these antis. So it's such a tough call. I now notice for the first, I don't know, I didn't notice this before, where Crimson's actually on Diva and Train Cloud is on the Rhine. I don't know how they get swapped
wow,
up.
I didn't realize that at all.
So maybe when they're playing Orisa Rhine before, it got switched up or something. So this is gonna be very tough for Crimson's gonna eat as many of those nades as he can.
Yeah, hoping to come in. Train Cloud rotating onto point. That's so weird for them to be on that. Oh, look at Osiris strip in the background, sitting on 60. Sorry, buddy, but you can't have all these kills. Now it's gonna be a lot easier for them to do a lot of things, but with Dash, with the nice freezes coming in, and ooh, he's also gonna get Shadow right there as well. I think that they're gonna hold up pretty well in this next fight.
Yeah, they had the fuel to disposal to bring that fight back, so really good job from Shadow Dreams of identifying that they had that chance, and Osiris trying to make the hero play again, like very nice shutdown on 60, but unfortunately, yeah, they were already, that's another downside of winning those or losing those early fights, is that you don't get the ult charge that the enemy team does. So coming this, Astray is gonna have the May ult, so this looks like an opportunity for them to take it back, so we'll see if they can do it here.
They popped the nano a little earlier, but
really don't like it on the Rhine.
They just didn't want, yeah, they probably hopping a little bit too much. Oh, that nail did nothing too. Osiris is gonna get Alexio out. Screwing with the backline though a little bit. Still really disappointed with how that nano worked out, but I don't think it's really gonna matter as Vanguard does get frozen. He's gonna fall down in the next few seconds, unless they're going to. Oh,
later.
That was.
All right, yeah. So the nano is obviously really early, which before, you know, I guess they didn't scout ahead of time to see that Shadow Dreams was so far away. But in addition, when you nano a Rhine over a Diva, like, it's just so hard to get on the enemy team. They're just gonna kite away. So nanoing the Diva is almost always a better pick in that. It's
Yep. But we are going to see this next fight come in. Osiris does have the Blossom coming in, but ooh, he's waiting. He's holding it. That's a better choice. Wait, don't pop it right now, because if you have a one fight, no matter what, like you do not want to waste your ults. Like I think Osiris' ult is the best next to Train Clouds.
Well, the problem is that they do have a Diva on the opposing team, so it's gonna be very hard for him. Hopefully he gets the value, like gets a kill before he notices, Vanguard notices, but here's is a great position for him.
Coming into this next fight, we do see the die come in, but doesn't get anyone as both beats are broken down right now. The fight continues on. We do see a little bit of a Blizzard come in. Q-Tip gets 2 boot kills. Dash finishes it off, and now the clean stage is coming off. This is definitely gonna be one. There's really nothing that Astray can do to stop this right now.
Yeah, the overall just play that Shadow Dreams is putting out in the male, capitalizing on that with the boots is just too much for. Wait a second.
Hold on. Yeah, a little bit too last second for me, I guess.
Oh no.
Astray come back and get it.
Holy hell.
Whoa, that
was nice.
I don't know. That was like a pick, a bomb, and then they just took it.
Put Osiris on a McCree, put him on a Reaper, put him on a Widow, dude. He performs, man. He comes out, but I mean, not to downplay Shadow Jr.'s contributions in there and Train Cloud from staying alive, but they've done a great job of just pulling fights that they should never be winning.
Yeah, coming on. Just keep. As soon as Shatter takes, it's a 1 game. Coming in, we only really need 20% for Astray left. Shadow's gonna fall down. That's detrimental. That is look okay, but you can watch his music box in the back. His music box is trying to screw with Honor right now, maybe hoping not get any healing from it. But it doesn't. Well, what's it doing? As you know, you're in this back line, you're trying to do a lot of things, but your front line, you need to work with your front line as well, as we just see Astray crumble.
Yeah, unfortunately, Shadow Jr. got a little bit too aggressive, trying to pull his best Asia's flank impression, but didn't work out.
That's gonna be like you know, the formalities are being written out, some contracts are being signed, but that is going to be 1-1. All that Shatter needs to do is win this next map, and then they won't win the series.
Take the series. Yep, that's correct. And looks like everything's in their favor. I mean, they just. I think when they go, it's funny because when they went meta versus meta in the first map of Busan, Astray came out on top. So I would like to see. I really think that Shadow Dreams does well when they have those close quarters brawl styles, especially if Astray tries to go with that Doomfist or a Reaper to come in. You have that close range capability to take him on. But as it stands, it looks like we're going to go for a full dive for Shadow Dreams, which is going to be really great. If they get on Silly real quick, take him out, and that way they can go around the Mei. He won't get the value that he's looking for. So they just need to identify where the Mei is and jump on her.
Hold on, look at his hand right now. Look at what's he doing? In the back line, trying to screw up with the music box right now. Gonna get the pick off. I honestly really don't. I think. But that is bad. Alexio falling down to Osiris and 60 falling down to Osiris as well. Just we're not looking too good.
Scylla went through the apartments, which I think threw Shadow Dreams for a loop because they could never find him. They never got on him. They Lucio, which is good, but you always would prefer the Ana over the Lucio. The amount of healing you negate by taking her out is much better. So looks like they're gonna swap it up. They say, okay, this guy's too slippery. We can't ever find him. Let's just go back to standard, which is an okay pick. I really wish. Well, I guess. They're not as confident on the Widow, maybe is what's happening here, and their dash May walls have been very good. So let's see what they can make happen here.
Going in for this next push. Let's hopefully they can mix up some magic.
Train Cloud,
yeah.
nice.
Ooh, Train Cloud getting a nice pick, yeah.
That's the problem. He got the.
He's backing up. They don't want to do this.
Yeah, Alexio, I think he got left behind a little bit, and Train Cloud was just waiting a pounce. So he's just the Astray is doing a really good job of identifying the crucial thing that is the Mei. I'm sorry, the Ana. The Ana is the crux of this comp. So if you get on her, take her out. That's probably one of the best players to take out.
Coming in says that's fine. They do have their Ana back. She almost has Nano. She is. Did she just Nano deep or did she Nano Reinhardt?
Right.
I couldn't see. So yeah, Ryan gets nanoed. The Ryan fight comes in. Hammers are being swung. Actually, she nanoed Lucio.
Oh, whoops! I was looking at Astray, but regardless, Trank out with a huge bomb. So one thing I want to point out as well is that Crimson and Trank are back on their respective characters, so I think that plays a part now while they're doing.
Oh yeah, so now hoping that they're pulling 70% right now. They're going hard. Like Shatter needs to pull something together.
And they're coming up on a Mail, so they'll have it before Shadow Dreams. So this is looking really good for a map win for Astray.
Osiris falling down low, hoping not to get hit this next time. Going for the high noon right now, looking for someone, but doesn't get anyone. Sadly, I think that was just a barely. If he waited like one more second, but maybe it was auto done. Train Cloud falling down. No more pounces for you. The main wall comes up. Help him get over the other wall. 95%. The sweat is on. They need to start doing a few things. Osiris Shadow Jr. going to be falling down as the most aggressive Lucio I've seen in a long time comes in and basically wins them that fight.
All right. Well, the Astray Shadow Jr. did have to use his ult, or did use his mail, but that forced out the beat from Q-Tip as he didn't want to lose the map right then and there. So with that said, Shadow Dreams only having the Shatter and Nano on their side as opposed to the beat on the side of Astray. So with that said, Astray has a very good shot, assuming Ginja doesn't pull out a huge 3 or 4 man Shatter to take this fight and the map.
18%. This is looking really, yeah. This is looking. All you need to do is win. Astray is really shaking right now. They can't afford to lose this, let alone. But neither can Shattered. It's really close on both sides. 60 is gonna fall down. Train Cloud. Osiris is. They need to find a way to shut down Osiris right now, because that's a problem. That's a problem that's plaguing them right now. They're coming into this next fight. They try to do something. Osiris just completely short them a big Shatter, big bomb from Vanguard, and that's gonna dictate this fight. Although I still hold my point. Osiris needs to get taken care of.
Oh my goodness, that was very nice from Vanguard. That might have saved them the map. Coming in, the Nano again on Crimson doesn't get anything done. I really want him to do it on Isias or Train Cloud. I think either one would get you much more value, or at least some value. You know what I mean? So, Shadow Dreams swapping onto this Reaper, so they're playing. I guess they're gonna have to try to fall back to point, give them the space, or just do a concerted effort with the speed.
Getting slept right there. It's coming close, 80%. Now things are really mattering. We do see the Deadeye come off from Osiris, but he can't get anyone off like that. The fight does continue. High ground control does go to Astray, but I wouldn't leave it at just that. The May gets to Lucio, and now the real fight starting up. Nuke comes in high ground, doesn't get anyone, but we do see Vanguard in the background getting some big plays right there. Shatter comes in. Astray's really pumping it, but so is Shattered Dreams. Hoping to somehow finish something off. Shadow gets booped off. Q-tip, I feel, has been doing so much work in the background. Overtime hits, takes down. We try to get a little contest off right now, but it's not gonna work. Unless they can pull something off. I'm really hoping Astray can get back on this point. Taking. Overtime takes down. They try to get back on. All the ultra games pop off. You can see Shattered Dreams click Q as if their life depends on it, because the game does. If they win this, they win the series, and boom goes the dynamite. Shattered Dream wins the map and wins the series.
Yeah, that was really close. Closer than I was thinking after that first map. It just seemed like that last fight in particular was a good example of how Shadow Dreams, they stay as a comp, as a group very well. So even as the fight kind of gets a little scattered and you can lose your strategy mid-fight, they did a great job of staying together, moving as a team. The target focus was superior, and in the end that seemed to be the deciding factor. So with that said, please vote your MVP below. And we were going to be, I almost said interrogating, interviewing them shortly.
How did you think you play today?
Where were you on map 2? Where were you?
We are taking a deep breath right now. After a great game, I thought it was going to be a little bit more one-sided than it actually was. I loved seeing Astray come out there, giving it their all, but Shattered Dream did come up with just a tad bit more.
Yep. It just seemed like they had the pieces they needed to. I mean, obviously getting a 3-man bomb at the end was something you'll take all day. But I think even if that hadn't come out, I mean, they might have lost this map even with that, because that was that fight looked like it was going pretty south, and that last map looked like it was going towards Astray. So I think even if it went to map 5, it would have gone towards Shadow Dreams. But yeah, very happy to see Astray come to life later in the series.
Now, I think it's pretty set in stone. Osiris is leading with 10 votes right now.
Very nice. Yeah, Osiris is a very strong pick. I think Traincloud did very well. Crimson, I think he's one of my top 2. Vanguard had some huge plays, but he had a few huge plays. But I think Crimson had more. So that he would probably be my pick. What about you?
I'm sorry, I have to go a little bit underground right now. I'm looking at Q-tip. Q-tip came in crazy that last game. I don't think if Q-tip got off as many boots as he did, I don't think Shattered Dreams would have won that fight.
Yeah, that's a good point. And that's something that can go overlooked quite easily. So yeah, I definitely remember seeing him in the kill feed many times. And I don't ever remember whenever you don't calling sports names, and obviously a lot of times they're doing their job right, because he's not getting picked out. Against the Osiris McCree nonetheless. So props to him. Very well played.
But next on the roster is going to be Dash, and if the votes don't change too soon, we'll probably be seeing Dash come up bottom.
Yeah. So DPS players being the favorites, and that's certainly understandable. I think the dive from Shadow Dreams was very strong as well. I really like seeing the double sniper from Astray. I wish I would seen more Widow. When Osiris went on that Widow, he was just a monster, and Music Box did a great job of giving him the support he needed, which is a crucial part of a team with Widow succeeding. So looks like we're gonna have Dash coming in here.
Honestly, I'm loving the main. I think that. Who do you think? I feel like both players played extraordinarily well, but who do you think played the better mage, Shadow Junior or Dash? Because I feel like Dash might have done a little bit more on the side of ult usages.
Yeah, I think the walls were were better by Dash. And speaking of which, we have Dash here. Hello, sir.
Hello?
Yes, he is the May player, I guess at this point. May jail.
Yeah,
Is that right?
Major, yeah, stuck in,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. So from Shadow Dreams. So looks like it was getting a little sketchy there near the end. What do you think changed during the course of that match rather?
Definitely we were surprised at the beginning with what like they were running. We were assuming Astray we were gonna come out with like, you know, hard meta. But that didn't happen. And then after we drawed, I think on Volskaya, when they weren't running meta, I think we started trying to like adapt differently, and we started to play differently because of that. And then they came out with meta, and it kind of like caught us off guard as well.
Yeah. Speaking particularly of Volskaya, that double sniper seemed like it was giving you guys some real problems. Can you take me into like what that was like? Like what was your plan?
Honestly, well, our plan was to go top left and to try to push off snipers. But we couldn't really walk across because their Widow and Hanzo and Ana would like rotate. And like at that point we kind of were just stuck there and we didn't really know what to do because like if we walked across left we'd probably get booped at that point. And so like as a May player, like in that, like I'm probably the worst in that situation because I can't really do anything. Because like I can't out snipe people, and like I'm a hero where I have to play up close, and when they're playing I guess like heroes that pretty much avoid all that, then like we should have swapped earlier. Like we had a discussion about it, how we should have swapped earlier just off the comp because like their double sniper just kept rotating us.
Yeah, for sure. And so I did see, like, especially on what was Rialto, you guys did stick with the May more often. But like I saw you play. Actually, I'm sorry. Why would you prefer like sticking with that meta as opposed to like a Pharah on Rialto particularly?
Well, because I mean we've only really practiced meta in our scrims, and then like pulling out the Pharah would probably be something that's like very niche and inconsistent according to our practices. So we didn't want to like risk it or try anything new.
I see. I asked because on Oasis, it looked like you'd have like a super fast barrage, both of them, 2 in a row that were like super fast. So that's why I was asking. You know, it kind of set a precedence in my mind.
Yeah. We have the set plays on Garden, which is yeah, that's why we ran the Pharah. But pretty much it's meta on like everything else.
Right, understandable. It's just especially like with the Pharah, you know, especially with you being such a skilled Pharah, like you can obviously fly over May, and if they don't have like a Widow, which you know Astray wasn't playing Widow, then it can definitely be viable. But obviously you guys came up with the win, so I can't really fault you too much.
Yeah.
So, well, let me think here. So with your team like coming out on top, what was the biggest change you guys think you made that ended up overcoming Astray?
The biggest change was probably like our trust. I think, like after the Volskaya game, like things like you could like feel like there's like a tiny crack thing, like because if like right after we full hold like 4 minutes and we build 6 ults and don't use a single ult until last fight, and we use all 6 ults in last fight, and then end up drawing that match against the double sniper comp, it's kind of heartbreaking in a way.
Gotcha.
And so I feel like because of that, like our trust in each other just waned a little bit. And then that led to like the mistakes in Rialto, like in the second point when we committed the Rhine Nano and the High Noon, but we couldn't get to the point. And like I feel like there's just some issues when it came to like being able to commit and not being able to commit. And then after the Rialto map, we picked it up again, just reset our mentals, and we came in as strong as we could on the Basan map.
Gotcha. Yeah, thank you. That's a good answer. So Bobby, do you have any questions for him?
I'm a play-by-play, so I have a small brain.
All right.
All I have to say is just for the players out there who want to get better at May, what's your checklist when you're using your wall?
Okay, well, actually, so when it comes to walls, obviously the number one pretty obvious thing is to split off like tanks, like main tanks, and just like pretty much like be the tank's nightmare. And then there are some very specific scenarios where you can wall off DPS or wall off healers LOS for a couple seconds, so that like the tanks die faster. And then I like to use my walls with my Blizzard plays to block off D.Va. But honestly, Train Cloud is probably like one of the best D.Vas I've ever played against, like ever, in my whole career of playing Overwatch. And so, like whenever I was really scared of putting Blizzard out, because Train Cloud was like honestly really nuts, like being able to eat blizzards, and like even when I'd wall like in front of their Reinhardt to like wall split, and like he would know instantly, like I'd try to blizzard, he'd just fly over and insta eat it. And I would think about like trying to use the wall and Rhine split and try to bait the DM out and have Train Cloud like fly over thinking I'm going to blizzard, but then like he didn't do that, and so I got really caught off guard because of that. And so I don't know, I feel like the walls should be mainly used to split off tanks, and yes, you can use it for blizzard ults, but that's like not extremely consistent if your enemy off tank is really good.
Cool. Excellent. Yeah, definitely good information for sure. Do you have anybody that you want to shout out?
I guess just keep supporting Shattered Dreams and OASB and like in general. Our Twitter is, I think it's SXD underscore esports, right? Yeah, SXD underscore esports. That's our Twitter. Just come support if you can. And OASB, our next match should be against Crix. So I guess just come support on the 24th at 9 EST and hope we win that one too.
Yeah, man. Good luck and congratulations for today. Well played.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So that's gonna be it for this match in the lowers bracket. You be sure to follow, subscribe. If you do enjoy the matches that OASB puts on for the Tier 3 community, consider joining the All-Star Club by dropping a sub. We appreciate all the support, and as we continue to provide events for the competitive Overwatch community. And that's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in.